Glad you're with us wherever you may be. Second of 4 meetings between these two teams, and the Grizzlies win the tap, courtesy of former Thunder.
He's matched up, went out with a sprained ankle. Can hurt the Grizzlies stretching the floor that way.
Dillon's floater off the back iron. Now a backdoor cut by Conchar, but the pass is deflected away and stolen by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This is a Thunder team. They force a ton of turnovers.
2 free throws.
And like I said, he's a frequent visitor there. He's third in the league, 9.5 free throws attempted per game. And he and Morant are tied for 4th in the league, accounting for, meaning points scored and assisted on, 46.5 points. Giddey intercepting the cross-court pass. Gilgeous-Alexander retreats beyond the three-point line and laces the three to tie the game at 11. Thunder 0 for 8 in the paint, and this is a Thunder team that is very reliant on paint scores. In fact, they lead the league in layups made per game. Adams can't convert the three-point play.
His offense, when he said, being aggressive and using his size.
Gilgeous-Alexander, bounce pass, it's kicked away off the leg of Omoruyi. Isaiah Joe for 3.
Right on cue.
Omoruyi for 3.
Great pace, great space. Grizzlies were outscored by 10 in the paint in the first matchup. They lead by 10 in the painted area here already in the first quarter.
With SGA, we talk about those guards, when they get to the basket, you have to keep your hands up and back. He throws his hands under your arm, so now it looks like a foul. So the Grizzlies bigs, hands high, and make sure that they are straight high.
Morant, speed dribble, lost it against Muscala, picked up by Wiggins. And Gilgeous-Alexander turns it over. And only 1 of 5 from 3. Gilgeous-Alexander got the step. And a foul on Santi Aldama. And
such a good score that you have to react to the initial move, and then from there, he has so many counters.
Ever since the Grizzlies game here where he was held to 15, he's averaging 32 a game and averaging 13.5 free throw attempts per game. Jackson at the scorer's table for the Grizzlies. Gilgeous-Alexander rises and got hit on the arm, and 2 more free throws for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
In high school.
Well, it's double jeopardy because Gilgeous-Alexander's great at getting there. Jeremiah Robinson Earl also back in.
Well, this is that opportunity for the Grizzlies to play through Jaren Jackson Jr.
Clark into his move over Muscala, couldn't finish. Gilgeous-Alexander the rebound. 6 seconds remaining. Gilgeous-Alexander the rebound. 6 seconds remaining. Goes to the floor, and a foul called, and more free throws.
It's a tough call. It's a tough call because what is a defender? Am I supposed to move my foot to allow you the lane to run to the basket?
Danny Green will join us early second quarter here at the table. And Gilgeous-Alexander makes both, and it's a 2-point game.
And the Thunder have scored on the first 3.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebound Clark. Morant, speed dribble. Lost it against Muscala. Picked up by Wiggins. So to reset, Adams, Conchar, Morant, Aldama, and Roddy for the Grizzlies. Pokusevski returns for the Thunder with Gilgeous-Alexander. And Trey Mann for 3.
Yeah, and the thing for them is they're taking good threes as Wiggins gets all the way to the rim there.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Stolen by Morant. Morant, nifty handles to the rim, lays it up and in.
Where people start comparing you and say, "No, what you're like Josh."
Yeah.
That's what it's going to become.
For sure.
Gilgeous-Alexander in the paint. In the locker room.
They need the player coach to be in there at the halftime.
Gilgeous-Alexander sets up Pokusevski, and he hits another 3. Backdoor cut Giddey. They make the extra pass. Gilgeous-Alexander down the lane, lays it up and in. 23 for Adams. And Robinson Earl goes the other way, and Taylor Jenkins is really unhappy. Gilgeous-Alexander gets to the free throw line where he encounters Dylan Brooks. Fade away over Dylan, and that's just a tough shot over really good defense. Gilgeous-Alexander with 18. Williams knocked out by Adams. So Gilgeous-Alexander, 9 of 10 from the line tonight.
In the first quarter, only 3 since then.
Gilgeous-Alexander in the lane. Isaiah Joe for 3.
Again, the second time tonight, Brandon has run the lane hard and been able to be rewarded with a lay-in.
Grizzlies by 8. And interior defense lacking for the Grizzlies. Omoruyi. Gilgeous-Alexander. Omoruyi thought about the 3. Now back to Gilgeous-Alexander.
And now it's no longer, you have to have your hand up and back with today's offensive players, because as soon as they...
Gilgeous-Alexander, another of a burgeoning tradition of great basketball players coming out of Toronto. The back pass.
Hey, listen, Santi be dropping dimes, partner. Listen, he is a fantastic passer.
And a foul that'll put Gilgeous-Alexander back.
And on the other end, defensively, whenever he goes to the basket, does SGA, you cannot have a hand down. And
Jalen Williams in, Isaiah Joe out. Alexander now 14 of 15 from the free throw line.
We didn't really have a good chance to have fun with our Arkansas Williams, Santa Clara Williams tonight as SGA.
Well, speaking of one of the Williamses that's on the floor and in the building here tonight, you're talking about Zaire, about having fun, and I think that's important for him while you're doing that.
And also remember that this is just your first game back after being out. So expectations.
Brandon Clark is also now in the top 10. 13 off the bench for BC. Gilgeous-Alexander into a crowd. Grizzlies forced a turnover. Zaire against Pokashevsky, takes him to the rim and lays it in. And closed out by Williams. Grizzlies by 20.
Oh, good hands.
Conchar, the knockaway.
Oh,
but
good
man
hands.
steals it back. You have to tip your cap to the defense.
Yes.
Holding the Thunder to 37% shooting. A Thunder team that was averaging 125 during this 3-game winning streak. They're held to 102.